Hi, my name is Diamutlong. I made the model of an amazing structure, the structure which is faster and more powerful than the supercomputer. I made the model of the human brain. In this video, I will be explaining the process I followed to create this model of the human brain. To make this model, I used the sunflower, stones which are very small, leaves of the jacaranda tree, this flower, and this leaf. The small stones represent a parental lobe, which is responsible for language and touch. The red, those red leaves represent the occipital lobe, which is responsible for our sight. The yellow sunflower represents the cerebellum, which is responsible for balance and coordination. Those green leaves represent the frontal lobe, which is responsible for thinking, memory, behavior, and movement. The purple flower represents the temporal lobe, which is responsible for hearing, learning, and feelings. And the green stem represents the brain stem, which is responsible for breathing, heart rate, and temperature. Aspects I learned during this creative process. I learned about the anatomy of the brain, the different stages of development in the brain as described by people like Piaget, Erickson, Vygotsky, and so on, which helped me to understand myself, the way I work, more better. Growing up, I thought that the brain was just one part. They control thought, memory, emotion, touch, motor skills, vision, breathing, temperature, hunger, and every process that regulates our body. It's a pity because I didn't even do life sciences at high school, but I learned that actually a brain consists of consists of parts which are responsible for different functions. I also learned to think outside the box. My high school mathematics teacher told me that sometimes we have to think outside the box to solve other problems. I was like, how can someone think outside the box? What is the meaning of thinking outside the box? What is that box they are talking about? I didn't understand the meaning of thinking outside the box. Before I made this model, I didn't know how I was going to make this model. I didn't know what material I was going to use. I didn't know how to start when making this model. But I just saw myself thinking outside the box, looking at what is around me, just looking at the material I can possibly use. I just saw myself thinking outside the box and just saw myself being able to make this model. Questions I still have related to the brain is that how do scientists know what is going on in the mind? How do they know that the brainstem is in control of the nerves going to the face and neck? How do they know that the cerebellum helps with movement by controlling coordination, timing, and balance? How do they know all those things? How did they know that the human brain weighs about 1.3 to 1.4 kilograms? How did they measure that weight? How did they know that the brain is composed of about 100 billion neurons? How did they know that? How did they calculate those neurons? Did they calculate them one by one? How did they know that the human brain weighs about 1.3 to 1.4 kilograms? How did they measure the weight of the mind? And the second question I have related to the brain is that in African cultures, I know that it is believed that when you have dreams, when you're sleeping, you having a dream is a message from angels or from someone who have passed away, and that dream has a hidden meaning according to African cultures. According to the scientists and those people specialized with the mind, what happened when you're sleeping? What happened when you're dreaming? What happened when you dream? What happened in our brains when we dream at night? What is the purpose of dreaming? One aspect I found interesting is to have a growth mindset, and I've tried to train my mind to have a growth mindset and think positive. Instead of saying I will never pass this module, I try training my mind to say what can I do to pass this module. Instead of saying there's no point doing this OPV badge assignment because I will fail it, I tried training my mind to say what can I do in order to pass this assignment. Instead of saying I'll never get a distinction in a university, I tried training my mind to say I need to work more hard if I want to get a distinction. Thank you.